You say you live through life, right? What moral compass do you use? Like, say, like, how do you know right from wrong? And where would you find that?
I mean, that's how I go. You know what I'm saying? I make a decision. Like I said, as I go on with life, I make whatever decision, whenever the situation comes before me, I feel like I use what's in me to make whatever decision it is to make.
But right, so where did that come from? Because you had to be taught from somebody. Somebody had to taught you something where, hey.
That part, I feel like come naturally. You know what I'm saying? It comes from God, and I feel like you go, as a kid, you do it as a kid. You know what I'm saying? You make a decision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When a situation occurs.
Let me give you an example, right? Okay. Say like when I was your son age, right? My house had roaches in it.
Right.
So when a roach came, I grabbed a roach and I was about to put it in my mouth. My mom popped me. She said, "No, you're not supposed to eat roaches."
Right.
She taught me it was something that I didn't know as a kid.
Right.
Somebody had to teach me, no, roaches is wrong.
Right.
So that's why I was asking you, what is your moral compass? Who taught you, and where did they get that from for you to know right from wrong? Like, is murder right or wrong?
I mean, it's wrong, but
How do we know that it's wrong?
Because, you killing somebody. That's why.
Well, who says that? Say my moral compass and say murder is right.
Yeah, you got the right if that's what yours.
All right then. So that's why I'm asking you, what is your moral compass? What do you use to say murder is wrong? You're going to come back to this Bible, brother. That's what I'm trying to show you.
At the end of the day, it's going to lead you back to it, but at the end of the day,
Thank you.
It's controversy within it to me.
What's in there that's controversial? Maybe we can clear it up. Give me one. Give me one. Let's deal with one. Like what?
I really don't like digging into it.
It's good thing. It's good thing.
Discussing it.
No, listen what we're saying.
Like
Look what we're doing. Listen what we're doing, right? And it's something simple. And there ain't nothing to try to challenge you or anything or try to make you look crazy. Nothing like that.
No, it ain't that. I just don't like going back and forth within it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, but check this out. Like if I ask you right now, what's your nationality? What would you tell me?
African American.
African American, right? Get that sign right quick, because we're gonna show you where did that come from.
Right.
Because a lot of our people say the same thing. You give me Isaiah chapter 1 and 3, right? When you say the term Africa, right, that comes from a man named Leo Scipio Africanus. That's where the term Africa comes from. Leo Scipio in American Vespucci is where you get American from. You don't look like neither one of these two white men. You couldn't have descended from any one of them. So that's why that term was created by Jesse Jackson in 1986.
Right.
So what were we before we were called African Americans? That's what we're saying.
Right.
I ain't never dig that deep to find out.
That's
I'm
what we
about
here
to show
for.
you.
That's what we
That's
here
why
for.
we're here. Check this out, right?
Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knows his owner,
He said the ox is a dumb animal, but he knows his owner.
and the ass his master's crib.
An ass is a donkey, but he knows his landmass.
But Israel
The
do not know,
Israelites don't know.
my people do it not consider.
He said, my people, God's people, don't even consider, because something that was going to happen to us. Go to Jeremiah 17 and 4. Check this out. We're just showing you a few things to show you you're not an African American.
Right.
You actually one of the greatest people on the face of this planet. God created you to be a God on this earth.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
And thou, even thyself,
Now this is what happened to the Israelites. He said, thou, even thyself.
shall discontinue from thy
He
heritage
said we were going to discontinue from our heritage
that I gave thee,
that God gave us.
and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies.
He was going to serve our enemies, which was in captivity. So what happened? Give me Psalms 83. Go ahead.
In the land which thou knowest not.
He said, in a land which thou knowest not, because we didn't know this land. We come from the Western Hemisphere. Western Hemisphere. We come from the so-called West Coast of Africa. Go ahead.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger,
That's God. We broke God's commandments, and we kindled a fire in Him.
which shall burn forever.
That's why we still suffering these curses, right? Let me show you what was prophesied, what would happen to us, right? 83 and 1. Psalms 83 and 1.
Psalms 83 and 1.
Check this out.
Keep not thy silence.
This is King David prophesying what was going to happen to the Israelites. He's telling God, keep not thy silence.
O God, hold not thy
He
peace,
said, don't hold your peace, God.
and be not still,
Uh-huh.
O God.
Uh-huh.
For lo, thy enemies make a
He said, a tumult.
tumult.
He said, thy enemies, God's enemies, gonna make an angry gathering. That's what a tumult is.
Right.
And they that hate thee
They that hate God,
have lifted up their head. And they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
He said they have taken crafty counsel against our people. Now he's gonna name the people. Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
We are God's people. We are God's hidden ones.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
He said, they all came together. He said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
Then
Bring it out, dude.
the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So we didn't remember that we were the true Israelites. We the gods of this book. We actually the biblical people of God. And they brought us into captivity. Well, now we don't remember who we are. That's why we say we're African Americans. Right? Go ahead. He's about to name the people. Check this out.
He's about to
He's
name
about
the
to
people
name the
quick.
people that did that.
Psalms 83 and 5. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They all came together and agreed.
The tabernacle of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom today is the so-called white man.
That's right.
Right?
And of Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites are the Arabs. What you about to go in that store and buy? That's once put you in slavery.
Of Moabs.
Moab is the so-called Chinese man.
And the Higorines.
The Higorines are Africans because we're not Africans.
That's right.
Even though we look like them, we're not them.
Number
right.
7, Gebal.
Gabal is also Africans.
That's right.
Anam.
Ammon is the Japanese.
And the Amalek.
Amalek is the so-called white man in the land of Israel that's saying that he's an Israelite.
Took our nationality.
The Philistines.
The Philistines are more Africans.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
More Africans.
Also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot.
These are the children of Lot, Moab and Ammon. So all of them came together and put us into slavery. Like go to Jeremiah 30:16. Like before the transatlantic slave trade, when we went on slavery on slave ships, they had what they called the sub-Saharan slave trade, where the Arabs and the Africans sold us to the white man. That's not in history books, but you're gonna find it in school today.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16.
Check this out. But this is the recompense for everything that happened to us.
Therefore, all that devour thee
That all that devoured the Israelites,
shall be devoured.
they gonna get devoured.
And all thy adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity.
That's what we're waiting on. Because when you read the Bible, that's why the first thing I asked you was, who is this? They said it's just Christ. But when you read the Bible, Christ looked more like us. Because when you read Revelation, go to Revelation 1 and 14 right quick, just to show you, he had hair of wool, skin of brass. Right. That looked just like us.
Revelations 1 and 14. His hair and his hair were white like wool.
He had a white and woolly beard and hair.
As white as snow.
Fully white.
And his eyes as a flame of fire.
A flame of fire, because it's prophesied Christ will come drinking wine. Actually, his first miracle in John was that he turned water into wine. Good.
And his feet.
Now John looked down at his feet.
As unto fine brass.
Brass is brown.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So if he's a black man, shouldn't his people look just like him? So that particular thing, it was prophesied that this is the man we're waiting on, and he was coming to deliver his people out of this captivity that we're in. You ever wonder why we going through all of this hell? Like no matter where we go, black people at the bottom. Name a street. Show you why.
Book of Amos.
And what it is, what we supposed to do to get out of it.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
That's
This
right.
whole book is just about the children of Israel. Today, if you African American, you will be from the tribe of Judah. And all the rest of these are your brothers and sisters.
O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying,
Out of slavery.
you only have I known.
This is God said, this Bible literally is not an all-inclusive book. This book said, that God said, you only have I known.
of all the families of the earth.
They have a whole lot of families, but these are the only families that he know.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your
He
iniquities.
said, therefore, I'm going to punish you for all your sins. That's what iniquity means. It's just like, say your little son, that's your only son?
Yeah.
All right, say when he grow up and you tell him a particular thing and he rolling with his friends, right?
Right.
And he do something you tell him don't do, are you going to whoop all of them or you going to whoop one? That's right, because he's your son, right? And that's what God did, Joel 2:27. It's just showing you that God of that Bible is only the God of Israelites. He's not for everybody. And when we coming back to tell our people that we are the Israelites, and this is why we're suffering and what we need to do to get out of it.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel,
That God says he's in the midst of Israel.
and that I'm the Lord your God, and none else.
That's right.
You ever heard that out of that Bible before? That he said he's the God of Israel and nobody else, he's nobody else's God?
Everybody got.
Read that again for me.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27.
Check this out.
And ye shall know that I'm in the midst of Israel, and that I'm the Lord your God,
Your God,
and none else. And my people
my people, Israel.
shall never be ashamed.
Straight up.
It's heavy, huh?
But I mean, if you go back, we speaking of slavery and different things like that, right? All right. If you go back, way back, this was the only book we was given during slavery. We weren't allowed to read nothing else.
It was re-taught to us in slavery. Out of that,
But how come this was the
Isaiah
only
28.
book we was allowed to read? They didn't want us to know nothing else but what was in this book.
We couldn't read it.
They
We
ain't
couldn't
allowed-
read at all.
They ain't allowed us to read. They told us can't read or write. If we
Remember,
read,
it was
they'll
our
kill us.
Lord
But
book.
not. I mean, we was given. We was allowed to read this book. Like if you go to
The slave book you talking about?
No, it was the Bible.
We wasn't
Yeah,
allowed
the
to read
slave. They
The
call
Bible was they call it the slave book, but it was the Bible. It was what I've read. You know what I'm saying? And this was the only book that we was given.
Yeah,
Like,
they gave them what they call the slave Bible, where they only said, slaves obey your master. That's
Right.
the only thing that
Right.
was in there.
Right.
But it never gave you the understanding
Come on,
of,
man, give me your hand.
and it never gave you the understanding of what that means.
Right.
Because if you find out that you the Israelites, it was talking about the slaves of the other nations,
That's
not
right.
us.
That's right.
Let me show you something. Give me Leviticus 25, read what you got. Leviticus 25 and start at 35, 34.
It's the book of
Leviticus
Isaiah.
25 and 34.
Hold on.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall ye teach knowledge?
This is why those people never understand that book. So the Bible is actually, this is a rhetorical question. Who he's going to teach knowledge to?
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
How are we going to understand doctrine, right?
Them that are weaned from the milk
Uh-huh.
and drawn from the breast. Verse 10, for precept must be upon precept.
Because that's why we bouncing around. He said precept must be upon precept.
Precept upon precept, line upon line.
That's why we bouncing around, line upon line.
Line upon line. Here a little,
Here a little,
and there a little.
there a little.
Verse
Now
11,
check this out.
for with stammering lips
For with stammering lips
and another tongue.
and another tongue. We spoke Hebrew then. This is another tongue. This is English.
That's right.
Go ahead.
will he speak to this people.
Because it's prophesied that in the last days, the Most High was going to put the Spirit on brothers to come out and teach the true gospel.
That's
to
right.
people. The true gospel is that we are the Israelites because
Right.
we was forgetting who we was in slavery.
Right.
They told you was African American. Turn this way. This is what happened to us, brother. We were all go to Deuteronomy chapter 28:15. This all history. And that's everything that we read out here. See these scriptures? That's in the Bible. That only happened to us. So when you actually go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 21.
Give me your hand.
This people
Uh-huh.
have I formed for myself.
The Israelites.
They shall show forth my praise.
This book is for the Israelites only. Like if I would ask you right now, right? How many gates are there to heaven, right? You would think probably one, because heaven is for everybody, right? Let's see how many gates there are.
It's the book of
Let's show how
Revelation,
important you are.
chapter 21, verse 10. And he carried me away in the spirit
This is John on the Isle of Patmos. It's
to
showing
to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven.
Because we're not going to live off in the sky nowhere. Heaven is going to be right here on earth. When
That's
we say
right.
our prayers, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth. So we're not living off in the sky nowhere. That's foolish. We're going to live right here. Jump to 12.
Verse 12, and had a wall great and high,
This is the kingdom of heaven. They had a wall great and high.
and had 12 gates.
They had 12 gates. This is why they had 12 gates. Go ahead.
And at the gates, 12 angels,
They had an angel at each one of those entrances.
and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
That's heaven. So how the hell is heaven for everybody when it's a gate only for the 12 tribes of Israel? So if heaven's like that, our thing is to find out who are these people. And now we out here bringing the truth, letting us know who those people are.
Bring it out.
Go to Deuteronomy 28:15. Show you how we
Deuteronomy
know we the people.
28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses
Jump to 45.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said, if you don't keep God's commandments, these curses are going to come upon you. All right? Jump to 45.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45.
Check this out.
Moreover, all these curses
All those curses,
shall come upon thee,
they're going to come upon us.
and shall pursue thee.
He said, no matter where you go, they're going to pursue you. Everywhere you could think of, everywhere a black man is, he's at the bottom. He's suffering from one of these curses.
And overtake thee,
And it's going to overtake you.
till thou be destroyed.
Right now, we're completely mentally destroyed. We don't know who we are.
That's
We
right.
say we black, we say we're African American. We never remember the name of Israel. Keep going.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Because we won't listen.
to keep his commandments.
That's the key to get out of it, is to keep God's commandments. He never gave us no religion. He gave us commandments to keep.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And his statutes, which he commanded thee. Verse 46. And they
He said the curses,
shall be upon thee for a sign.
he said those curses are going to be on this particular people for a sign. How do we know that this is Fillmore Street? How do we know this Fillmore Street?
We don't. It's a sign.
It's a sign. That's right. I'm just making you engage with it. Because he said those curses going to be on those people for a sign.
And for a wonder.
It's going to be wondering why they going through this.
And upon thy seed
And upon their children,
forever.
on us forever.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God
Telling you the answer because we refuse to serve God.
That's right.
Go ahead.
with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
Check this out.
Verse 48.
Check this out. I want you to get this right. Check
Therefore shalt thou serve thy
He
enemies.
said, since you don't want to serve me, you know who you're going to serve? You're going to serve your enemies. Now he's about to list a few things to show you who your enemies are.
Which the Lord shall send against
The
thee.
Lord sent them against you.
And in hunger.
He said he's going to send that enemy against you in hunger. Where do you get your food from? Where do you buy your food from?
Stores.
Who owns those stores?
Different people.
Name. Do our people own those stores?
Some of them.
Some of them. Where do they get the food from?
Different people.
Well, who is most likely those people? Say it.
I mean,
Say it,
different
brother, you gotta-
nationalities,
Bring
different
it out.
race.
Bring it out.
Do our people?
No, I mean,
No
we
matter what you
could, though. I mean, I don't feel like we can't have distribution companies where we sell.
do,
stuff
we
to
have
stores.
them though?
I mean, I feel like it's somewhere, some places in the world we got 'em. I mean, I feel like we was in last place at some point, but we're getting out of last place.
I'm not saying that, but
So I feel like there's some places where they got black people selling food to different stores.
Well, put it like this: who runs the distribution of food on this whole planet? Say if somebody says that, all right, you got food in your house, right? Can another nation come to your house and kick you out of your house so you can't get your food?
No.
Dude, brother, that's a law. That's called what? That's called
Domain.
eminent domain.
Domain.
Eminent domain. Literally, the government could literally come in your house, kick you out of your house. You know that? That's called eminent domain.
That's right.
I mean, your house that you own.
Your
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
You don't own
Yeah.
nothing, brother. We
Right.
don't own nothing here. You think you own it. It's an illusion. You don't own the clothes on your back. If the white man come, if the police come in, tell you, man, take off that shirt. What are we gonna do? We have no power. You have no power for nothing. If they want to come and take your son, what do you have power to do?
Die.
Die. That's the only thing.
That's what I got to
Exactly.
do.
That's right. But what I'm showing you, brother, you read that again. Start
Verse 48 from the top. Therefore shalt thy serve thy enemies,
Right now, we serving our enemies.
which the Lord shall send against thee, and in hunger,
In hunger, we have to go to them for our food.
and in thirst,
We got to go to them for our water.
and in nakedness,
And on our clothing, we got to go to them for it.
and in want of all things.
The Bible said everything on this planet we got to go to our enemies for. We run nothing.
right.
We are in captivity
Right
this
now.
day.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And he
And what are you going to do?
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
Now the yokes of iron are gone. We don't know who the hell we are.
That's
what it
right.
said. Now we completely destroyed.
Right.
We thinking we free here. We're not free here. We're still in captivity.
You
We're
know,
just not
man,
in the
free
cotton.
To an extent, like, but I mean, we do have. I mean, we can make a choice now. Like, I
Die.
feel-
That's
no,
it.
Not just die. I mean, at them points, we couldn't, like you said, we couldn't read. We couldn't do nothing.
Mhm.
We couldn't learn how to read. They wouldn't allow us to learn how to read.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now that we know how to read and we know we have common sense,
Mhm.
we know we can use our brain now in whichever way we want to.
Mhm.
So we can make whatever decisions we want to.
Yeah.
So therefore, you're not in captivity because if you want to, you can get on the ground and get that water out the ground. You ain't got to buy that water from them.
You know,
or pay no water bill to get that shit from them.
Right.
You can get it. You can go up to the ocean and put your hand in that motherfucker and drink up.
You gonna
ain't
drink
got
that, you
to
gonna
buy
pass
no
out that
clothes.
salt water. You can't.
You ain't got to buy. You can go living out like we was living back then.
Right.
If you choose to, though, it's
Right.
your choice. You got the decision to make.
That's
Use
if
it
they-
how you want to use it.
No, that's if they allowed. Say
They can't-
say
they-
all
I
right,
feel
brother.
like-
Say martial law star, right? You know what martial law?
I feel like that
Say
part of
martial law
life,
star,
I
right?
mean, is really was over when we got knowledge to where as though we're able to read and learn what's in that Bible.
Mhm, right.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like that part is that part of life is behind. It's
Right.
not really behind, but it's behind. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about because we can really live within the means of whatever our religion
I
is.
got you. But that's when I go. But what I'm saying, what I'm telling you overall, what power do we have against the other nations being here in this nation right here?
I
What
mean-
what can we do that? What can we say? Like I said, this is your son. You love him.
But you
If
know,
they- hold on.
This is the point that we at. Hold on, because you know what I mean. Instead of going all the way around in a circle, and taking the long route. You know what I'm saying? We can really make it short by just like you living day by day. You living day for day by day, day for day. So your purpose, you here to find your purpose. You here to do your purpose here on earth. You live and you die. We gonna die. So my thing is to do what I can for myself and for everybody around me until my dying day.
Second Ezra's
Everything else that they doing, I can't change what they doing and how they have done things or created things and put us in this shield. I mean, put this little cover over us to where as though we only allowed to do certain things, we only allowed to have certain things. I can't change that. I can try. You know what I'm saying? I can do what I can to, you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree
Which
with you.
is really nothing because at the end of the day, I'm still here because the people before me could have, you know what I'm saying, done more, like Jesse Jackson, whoever you saying made that, they could have done more, which they choose not to, they're afraid to, or they was afraid to do whatever they did, but my purpose here is only one thing, you know what I'm saying, to help who I can and to figure out my purpose, you know what I'm saying, that's the only thing I care about.
We
You know what
showing you
I'm
your
saying?
purpose. We gonna get you your
You know what I
purpose.
mean, so
Second Ezra.
Check this out. Check this out. Because you said, you live and you die, and
Right.
that's it, right? Check
right,
this out.
because I mean, that's the only thing that's promised to us, that's it.
Right.
And that's gonna happen to everybody.
It
That's
is,
how
but,
I feel.
but
know
how
what
you
I'm saying?
die is gonna choose 99.
Second Ezra 9:9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my way, and they that have cast them away.
It's talking about God's laws. So he said those gonna be a pitiful case that now that they getting this truth and don't want to keep God's laws, what's gonna happen?
away, have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torment.
They gonna do what?
Dwell in torment.
Keep going.
For such as in their life
Uh-huh.
have received benefits
You receive benefits because you got a chance to repent right now.
and have not known me,
And then know him, bro.
And they that have loathed my law.
That's a law, because one of these laws is today is the Sabbath day. There's no buying or selling today either. Go ahead.
My law, while they had yet liberty.
You have liberty now because Christ haven't come back.
And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not.
They didn't understand it.
But despised it.
Despised the laws. Go ahead.
The same must know it after death.
After death.
By pain.
So you're not just going to die. Wherever you're going, you're going to be in pain unless you repent.
Understandable.
So it's not just death. That's what I was just saying, because you brought up death.
I brought up death because I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that you know is going to happen. Everything else is not, is really
not everybody. Not everybody.
Like, everybody gonna die. Whether you die, I mean, whether you know what I'm saying. I'm not speaking of us coming back or us. You know what I'm saying. Like,
no, I'm talking about if say you're alive right now when Christ come back, are you gonna die?
What you mean? If he come right now?
Yeah.
I mean, nah, but I'm just saying.
1 Corinthians 15:45.
You never know when he's gonna come, so you know what I'm saying. You can't say. So if he coming dead, no, we still living. We still right here today.
So we're gonna be transliterated. We're gonna get glorified bodies, at least the elect of Christ.
Right. So you know what I'm saying. We can't predict the day.
No, that's true.
My thing is this. You know what I'm saying. Like I say, I mean, I understand what he just said also about, you know what I mean, the way we live in and we getting a chance to repent. Right. You know what I mean? So we can't die within our sins and all that. I done read the Bible before.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? I done read the whole Quran before. I done read different things before. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to learn and see what's what. You know what I'm saying? And put pieces together. Right. Because really, reading history is what led me to read them both.
Deuteronomy 20.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
right.
I'm really burnt for time because I
hold on. Give me one more.
Give me one more. I was just bringing him to the story.
Give me one more, because the goal was to show you what your nationality was. We say you're Israelite. Let me see who this is. How did we get here on this side of the earth?
But I mean, that shouldn't be the goal. I mean, to show me my nationality.
Well, I showed you that. No, it's not. If I told you what kingdom.
I mean,
no, hold on.
The word is bigger than just a nationality.
No, listen what I'm saying.
Because it goes beyond that. Even though we feel like they're the enemy, it still teach that we should love them. It still teach that we should love them, even though we said they're the enemy.
That's not true, brother.
Well, that was the Bible said. Love all.
Let's find out. Leviticus 19.
Well, that's why I'm saying the controversy come into it.
That's why we're giving you the understanding.
That's why I say it's controversial.
It's not controversial. It's controversial to people that don't understand it. That's why we're giving you the understanding.
Right.
All right, one part said one thing, then the other part said another.
That's why we went to precept upon precept.
It's talking about us to love each other though as neighbors, brother, not other people.
Leviticus 19.
Yeah, 19:17.
Leviticus 19 and 17. Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
You shall not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Against the children of thy people.
That's it.
These are the children of your people. Go ahead.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Your neighbor is the children of thy people.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And I am Lord.
There you go. The Lord said that. Go ahead.
Book of Psalms, chapter 139, verse 21.
Do
not I hate them, O Lord?
Wow.
That I hate thee?
He's talking about the other nations. He said, do not I hate them, O Lord?
That hate thee? And I am not, I agree with those that rise up against thee. I hate them with a perfect hatred.
God hates people in this book. There's a particular nation of people that God hates.
I count them my enemies.
What did he do?
I count them my enemies.
He said he counted some people his enemies. So heaven is not for everybody, brother. They gonna have all nations there, but everybody on this side gonna be in rulership, and they gonna be the servants.